ever since we told Morgan and Dozer about the fact how Parks' dad will blare Cher in the morning whenever we go hunting at like 4 in the morning, every time they pass our tent and we're still in bed, they're just blaring Cher. Our first real trail magic. Hi, bud. Man, Stan has us taken care of. Donuts, fruit, bars, beer, and White Claws.
No. I'll show you both the cafes. The pizza.
Huckleberry shakes. And planning. Trail planning is stressful. So we had a solid town day. We had originally planned on going in at 8 and then leaving at 12, but of course Parks is a bad influence, a good influence, and convinced me to stay until 4 so we can actually enjoy town and get all of our chores done without being so stressed about everything. So we got all our chores done and got to hang out with some cool folks. And Trout Lake is so incredible because their shuttle service that they provide is literally all donation based, and it's all trail angels. And so we just rode back with the trail angel and realized that we had like a 3-mile climb after eating a bunch of tacos that we just weren't feeling. We saw that there was a dirt road like 3 miles ahead that intersected with the trail, and we just turned to our trail angel, Gary, and we're like, Gary, do you know where this dirt road is? And he's like, sure I do. And he drove us to the dirt road, and we got to skip a great climb. So we skipped 3 miles. Sorry, we're not purists. And we're very happy about it. Well, it finally happened. I got stung by a bee on the back of my calf, and it hurts. Hurts bad. Happened like 20 minutes ago, and it's still throbbing. Look, we got blueberries at camp. I didn't even think we were gonna get blueberries. And this is camp tonight. Parks has been trying to catch fish.
No, I'm just catching blueberries.
Drinking my coffee with this view. Morgan says if we lay in bed all day and conserve our energy and not eat any food, we could take a 0 today and then just walk the next 4 days like normal. But a 0 without food sounds pretty horrible. It's been some really zoomy miles today. It's been fairly flat, but we're just hiking in the forest right now. About to eat lunch, and we've had service the last few miles. Barely enough, just enough to make calls. So it's been always so nice whenever you get to call family and just talk to them and touch base. So I just got off the phone with my twin sister, and it was just, it's what I needed. Come on, Parks, catch one on camera. Parks got a fish! Oh, let's see it. Oh! We are not going to pretend like we know what mountain that is, but I assume it might be Mount Hood because we're getting close to Oregon, but I really don't know. So I typically reserve my mornings for quiet time, reflection, and devotion, and all of my walks has always been a really spiritual experience for me. And I think out here you spend so much time with creation, yourself, and the Creator that you can't help but reflect on God. Or just like what life means to you, what the meaning of life is, what all of this means. And as somebody who grew up in the church, I think you, as an adult, hit a point where you realize your faith isn't really your own, and this idea of God that's been planted in your head isn't really your own either. And in the last few years, while I've been doing trails, my idea of God has transformed so much, and I can honestly say that I've never had such a solid grasp on who I believe God to be and my faith, and I just realize how big He is. I think a lot of the times churches try and fit them really, in a book or a building, and God is so much bigger than that. And I realize I've always been using fear and shame as a motivator. You know, I think in the church sometimes they do a not so good job of teaching you what an authentic relationship with God looks like. I think so much of it is driven out of just fear of not going to heaven. And that doesn't really create an authentic relationship if you're just fearful. And I believe that out here, you know, we've been given this incredibly rare opportunity to live this one life on earth. And this gift has been given to us, and all of creation has been given to us out of a place of love. And I realize that out here, and I want to use that as my motivator, you know, just creating the most beautiful life and loving people the best of my ability, and loving myself, and just loving God. And I'm so grateful for the trails that I've walked on, because it led me to that, you know? It led me to realize how incredible God is and the world that we live in, and how it's such a beautiful gift. Anyways, these are just my thoughts, my reflections, my beliefs. You can believe in something completely different, but it is such a huge part of this trail for me, and I want to share it. Ever since Parks got this fly rod behind me, we take a lot more breaks now around rivers and lakes, and I am not mad about it. It feels like I'm in Jurassic Park right now. We're actually only like 900 feet above sea level, and the forest has completely changed. Also, we found out that there's a dirt road up ahead, like 2 miles. It's 5 o'clock. Apparently, it's an easy hitch into the town of Carson. And there's like a brewery and a pizza place and a taco truck. And we're kind of thinking we might try and hitch into town for dinner and then pray to the trail gods that we can get a hitch back on trail before dark. And I think we're gonna try. We got a freaking ride. An hour ago, we had no idea this was gonna happen, but here we are. About to order pizza. I didn't even know there was a town. The aftermath. Oh, we have little battery boxes.
Oh, nice.
That work like super well, actually. We made it to camp. It was overall about an 18-mile day because we skipped another 5 miles. But man, it was such a good night. Totally unexpected and absolutely thrilled with how that worked out. Good morning. Why are we still in bed?
Because it's raining, sorta.
Yeah, everything's wet, and it's really hard to get out of bed when everything is wet. Also, I'm not naked. It was just it's very hot down here, and I did not want to wear my base layers to sleep last night. It's crazy the difference being close to sea level makes. There's definitely a few things I need to replace when we get to Oregon. like my socks. I have a hole in the other one, same exact spot. Quite literally burned a hole in my my toe socks. Walking too much. Also, my food bag is just completely falling apart. And so is this stuff sack. All of the waterproof liner in here is just shredded, falling apart. So there's definitely some things I need to take care of whenever we're in town in a few days. And it's never fun. Hey, get it!
I know.
We're getting trail magic.
Me too.
Well, it started raining again. Not that it matters, because I fell into the river while trying to get water and I'm already soaked. Good start to the morning. So I just encountered, I'm not really sure what type of encounter that was. There's two like grown men, I think they're just like weekend backpackers, and they were going really slow uphill, and which is fine. But again, hiking etiquette, if somebody's coming up faster behind you, you just kindly move to the side. And I walked behind them for a solid 5 minutes, and I was just like, you know, like, excuse me. But no movement. They paid no attention to me whatsoever. They completely ignored me. There were so many opportunities for them to just kindly move to the side of the trail. And finally I was like, excuse me, gentlemen, do you mind if I squeeze past you? And they're like, we're looking for a safe spot to get off the trail so you can pass us. And I was like, okay, even though there were so many opportunities for them to. And I finally passed them, and they were like, be careful, which I'm not really sure what that means. I don't know if it's just because I'm a girl. I don't know. It was weird. And maybe I'm reading into this wrong. Maybe I totally misread that situation, but sometimes the male ego can be a little bit inflated out here, and some guys just don't like it when a girl passes them. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But maybe I'm right. Last big climb of Washington. Woo! And it's a good one. We're finally going downhill. Woo! That was a climb. These blackberries are delicious. And they're all over here. This is like a giant field of every berry you can think of. It started raining a little bit and it feels so good. And also, I just realized we are hitting our record today. I think we hiked a total of 400 and either 94 or 97 miles on the Colorado Trail. And I think we plan on camping at mile 499.5 tonight, which means this is the most consecutive miles we've ever hiked. And that feels like a big deal to us. And I'm nowhere near feeling done. There's Mount Hood, and there's the river, and all those mountains on the other side of the river is Oregon. We are so close. And I will walk 500 more. I think we're cowboy camping tonight for our last night in Washington. All right, it is 5:50 and woke up at 4:30 this morning and celebrated our last morning in Washington. Jammed out to some music, and now we're walking to Oregon. This is such a big day, and I think we're literally going to be at mile 500 in like 2 minutes. And I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Part of me is sad that Washington's over because I've loved it so much. But the fact that we conquered like probably the hardest, most challenging state out of the entire trail, and we did it without our trail legs yet, and we are coming out feeling so strong. I mean, our confidence is just through the roof right now, and we're only getting stronger. And man, we're just so happy. So happy. Just hit mile 500. Woo! We have the best trolls out here. When you see berries these big, you can't not stop. Here's my breakfast. There it is! To Oregon! Woo! We're doing it. Goodbye, Washington. Kinda spooky. Oh, we will absolutely eat all of this.
Maybe. I love Mexican food.
Okay.
I love Cuban food.
Okay,
I love
awesome.
Indian food. I mean American food too.
What you baking?
Sourdough loaf for
Oh.
Parksy. I think we have like very strong.
Foot wrestle.
I see that with that bottle.
All right, this is what resupply madness looks like. I'll kind of give you guys a rundown of how I organized all of this. So this is like breakfast and drinks and all of it. I mean, all of this is breakfast. And then this is our snacks. So like Little Debbie's and bars and crackers, candy. So this is basically all of our snacks right here. So breakfast, snacks, and then here is like lunch stuff. So we got lots of chips and tunas and ramen, and then here's our dinners. And this is just for, we're making 2 Oregon resupply boxes, and then we're planning on packing out at least 3 days worth of food on our way out to the trail in 2 days. So this is basically the kind of foods we eat on the trail. This is our diet. We made dumplings. Thank you, Parks.
Dumplings.
Woo! Piper, was that fun? Oh! Reunion.
Afro Man, tell.
We are officially back on trail after taking a 00 in Portland with our best buds, Zach and Elena. It was literally the best time. Like, I feel so well rested for the first time, actually. And it was just so needed. Oops, sorry. Sorry. Lots of day hikers because we are taking an alternate route right now to see Tunnel Falls. So it's super crowded with muggles, and it's still worth it though, and you'll see why soon. Everybody does it. Very steep. Park's got a fish. We got some pretty tight quarters over here tonight. We are packed in here like sardines. Good morning. We are almost at Tunnel Falls, and then we have a really intense climb. I think it's like one of the biggest climbs of the whole trail. So that will be fun. We made it! Woohoo! Here I go! This is so cool. This has been a climb from hell. I'm like legitimately pissed off at this point. Like every time you gain momentum going uphill, there's a blowdown and you have to stop and then you have to start all over again. It's been really fun. It's like Oregon's making us go through initiation. Basically, you're doing an entire day's worth of elevation gain squeezed into about 5 miles. I'm exhausted and ticked off. All of that is from a wildfire. Like this whole area is just decimated. Okay, I officially need to stop eating berries. I feel like I'm about to pop. I've eaten so many, and I can't help it because these are like the most delicious and plump huckleberries and blueberries and thimbleberries and blackberries. I mean, they're everywhere, and they're so good. But I need to stop. I have a problem. All right, so for dinner tonight, I'm eating flaming hot Cheetos mac and cheese. And Zach and Elena gave this to me, and they told me that I needed to let them know what I thought of it. And this is red. Like, I'm nervous because I don't have any spare meals. So, like, if this is the worst thing I've ever eaten, I'm kind of forced to eat it anyways. So, here we go. I got it all down. That was the worst experience of my life. That was so bad. That was like eating a giant bowl of hot Cheetos as your entire meal. I'm like scared of what my digestive system is going to do. I'm legitimately scared for my body. Morning. Today we are headed to Timberline Lodge, which we have a package sent there. And it's 17 miles away. It is 7 a.m. and we're gonna try and get there by 3 because we've heard some people have problems picking up their boxes after that time. So we're gonna try and push it. I don't know if we're gonna make it though. We'll see. Fun fact. Timberline Lodge is where they filmed The Shining. So it's just the outside of the hotel, but that's pretty cool. Stopping for a quick lunch break. I am so exhausted. We have kept a 2.4 mile pace while going up over 4,000 feet for the last, I don't know. I mean, we've done like 12 miles total and almost all of it's been uphill. which is pretty insane, especially for us. But it looks like we're gonna get there on time, hopefully. One mile left. We're gonna make it on time, but I'm over it. It's just been a climb all freaking day. I'm so tired. I'm like, am I having fun right now? I think I am. I think. We made it. I could cry. I literally could cry. What did we just do?
We just went about 17 something miles and starting at 7, getting here at around 2:40. That was also 5,300 feet of elevation gain, which is crazy.
We are beasts. We made it with 10 minutes to spare. That literally took us an hour and a half to sort through our resupply box and make sure that we had enough food, which we had plenty, so much food, that we had to put a lot of food in the hiker box. But we're ready to relax now and eat some food. This is where they filmed The Shining. It probably looks a little bit more familiar from the other side. That's pretty cool. Look guys, I finally have a new sleeping pad, which means I don't need to blow it up in the middle of the night anymore. I also have a camera now that works. So, some big things happening over here. Very happy.